What's up, y'all? So, I know it's really late, and you know my my important 2 week big break, or let's just say at this point, 2.5 week big break, is coming soon to a close. And as you know, it's straight back to reality. And you know, as I look forward now after making the most of this 2 week big break. I'm not talking about vacation, a 2 week vacation, literal 2 week vacation for my dump. I'm talking about regarding, a break from what my parents have to go through with the new responsibility that they've been having to take care of, and that's for me most of the time covering for their duties. You know, we've had 2.5 weeks to where we could just, go with our normal sleep schedule, if you will, and just doing our own things to where, you know, we can we can do a lot of things that we weren't able to do, during the time that they got to deal with a new responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So, for the most part, we did take advantage of this important 2 week big break, or 2.5 week big break. And, these last 4 days, having the house to myself, always so much fun, right? you know, and that's even coming to a close as well, because starting tomorrow and going forward, I gotta humble myself again, because like I said, it's back to reality. And as I look forward, I just wonder when I'm gonna have another opportunity like this. It's gonna be a while, I'll tell you that much. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a long, long, long while. So I thought having this important 2 week big break was gonna help. Although I didn't really do immense job hunting like I should. I mean, even though I applied to about a few jobs during this 2.5 week span, I could have done better at that. I just did a lot more of like catching up on, obviously my basketball shoot around videos, and yes, having to plan and already taking care of the two big shoot around games. The one against Russ in his home court, and the tribute to me and Mari's 9-year friendship anniversary game. So I took care of those, and I hung out with Neil and the boss to celebrate late National Best Friend Day. I also did my greeting for me and Mari's 9-year friendship anniversary late. And so, and I've done a lot of my friendship with videos. So, yeah, man, I think it was much needed, and, it just made my July just, although with a little more turnovers than I had, these previous weeks. I'm talking about mistakes and bad decisions. For the most part, it's been smooth. Now it's going back to what it has been prior to this. So I'm expecting it. Who knows what next videos I'm gonna come up. I really didn't have the feel to do these next few ones that I wanted to touch up on. But I'll come to that when I'm really feeling it. But as of right now, it's time to get my groove back into this reality, this back to reality, and just doing what I gotta do, because I know I'm gonna expend a whole lot of my energy just just trying to help alleviate the stress of some of the some of the family responsibilities, and like lessening the stress of the family vibe, or the home vibe, you know what I'm saying? So I'll still have the last day of the month. That's going to be on a Thursday uh, this year, July 31st. And obviously these next couple of weeks are going to be pretty crazy. I'm expecting it, and I can just feel it right now. So I just thought this was a great opportunity, and it really was 2.5 weeks after all. So it's great for me, great for great for my family, and now it's gonna be, whoo, boy, it's gonna be fun and games now. Yeah, so I don't know, man. We'll just have to see how things go, and I gotta do what I gotta do right. You know what I'm saying? So as I look forward, with what the back to reality is, it's like I'm just hoping at some point it will permanently lessen, but I know that's not going to be for a while. I'm probably going to say it's like not until who knows when. Who knows when? And who knows when I'll have another big break like this. But the way I see it, it's not going to be for a long, long, long time. I can assure you that. So, it is what it is. And it's going to be crazy. But hey, I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I need to do. And that's that. So, that's all I'm going to say, man. Like I said, my important 2-week break is pretty much come to a close pretty soon. And, like I said, it's a great opportunity to have this, and I just thought it's much needed. And so, in the end, I got to get going now. So, peace out.